It's Tuesday, October 7th. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Lich and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now.
Andlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats.
And we've got your chance to win a trip for two to beautiful Sandals South Coast Resort in White House, Jamaica. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. I'm Rosie Edna.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb. And wow, just so many giveaways happening right now. It's making me so excited because the CTV Your Morning 20K giveaway also continues today. Make sure you're watching every hour for the daily code word and your chance to win that $20,000.
Keep an eye out a little bit later on this hour. We will have today's brand new code word for you and your chance to win that $20,000. And I know that those beaches and the nice blue skies were looking rather tempting in that earlier video.
Ooh, $20,000. Everybody stand by. It's coming. It's going to happen pretty soon here. And then what do you do with all that money?
Yeah, well, hopefully you have an umbrella already. You'll need it today. And if you don't, maybe buy one with that $20K.
That's a pricey umbrella.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get several umbrellas. Make sure you factor in an umbrella in there.
It can be like for the whole family for Christmas. You can get umbrellas for life.
Exactly.
We'll see how long that rate is going to hold on for, but we got our news headlines right away. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Lich and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people and hundreds of trucks downtown in Ottawa back in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Lich and 8 years for Barber. Barber was also convicted of compelling others to disobey court order, which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Lich and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 locations, including Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, St. Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000, and other psilocybin-based products. Through the storefronts they've been popping up, the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that will be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new north side stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall. Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Andlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Andlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people. But he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city.
The Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the 2 sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
Some sad news from City Hall yesterday. Robin Guest, the mayor's chief of staff, has died. She passed away Sunday in her late 50s from a rare and aggressive form of cancer. Mayor Sutcliffe writing on social media, Robin was deeply committed to building a better city for everyone and worked passionately and strategically to fulfill that purpose during a 20-year career at City Hall. She was brilliant, compassionate, and thoughtful, and she was absolutely indispensable to me during our time together. Ottawa is truly a better place in many different ways because of Robin. We will deeply miss her. Ottawa police are looking for witnesses to a serious crash in Orleans. Two cars collided on 10th Line Road south of Wall Road Sunday evening. A man in his 20s was brought to hospital with life-threatening injuries. A woman in the same vehicle suffered minor injuries. The driver of the second car was also injured. If you saw anything, police are asking that they want to hear from you.
The city is looking to get the wheels in motion to upload the responsibility of the LRT to the province. During February's election campaign, Premier Ford said Ontario would upload oversight of the transit system to Metrolinx, which could save the city $4 billion over 30 years. Tomorrow, councillors will vote on a motion directing the mayor and city manager to enter negotiations with the province.
A federal union says the government is cutting jobs at the passport office. According to the Canada Employment and Immigration Union, 250 employees in the passport program were laid off last week. In a statement, the union says the cuts are a direct attack on workers who have tirelessly served Canadians through waves of unprecedented demand. This comes on the heels of 800 job cuts to the passports program in May. The union says the latest cuts will result in passport delays, backlogs, and service disruptions.
OSINC Foundation hosted a special event at TD Place centered around girls in sports.
Girls playing sport is a super hack for anything they want to do in life.
The organization welcoming about 600 girls from 12 schools across the region yesterday for Sports Day the Girls' Way.
The event is designed to empower young girls and connect them with strong female role models in sports, including athletes and coaches. Here, loving it.
Oh, yeah.
That is
How
a
fantastic.
great event. I was at that event a couple of years ago, and the girls are just raring to go, and I just love that. It's so wonderful to encourage girls, get them into
Absolutely.
sports, stay in sport, because stats show that they kind of drop off, you know, when they get into the
17,
teen
that's
years,
right.
they're like, not feeling it, but no, get into it.
Yeah, and we had, that guest last week talking about, females in sports beyond high school and that, like, what are the programs that are offered, and it's not even close to compared to the male athletes. So it's so nice to have awareness for that, to keep them in sports beyond the high school times.
And then with all these professional women's leagues coming out, like now we have professional women's soccer and basketball and hockey, it just gives them something to aspire to, and hopefully that they'll continue on that path staying in sports.
Today, well, it might be a little wet to get
A
out there and
little
play
wet,
soccer,
yes.
but
Hopefully indoor sports today.
There you go.
But we had a record-breaking temperatures yesterday, another day with above seasonal temperatures, and we broke a record for being the warmest October 6th yesterday. Today, we won't see any record-breaking conditions. However, pretty mild to start things off this morning. We are already sitting at 16, so another mild start to your morning. Enjoy it because it will get cool overnight tonight and over the next few days. 19 already for Kingston and Brockville. Currently in our skies, we're seeing partly cloudy conditions, so not too bad to start off your morning. But yes, this band of green is rain, so we are expecting some rain in the forecast. It looks like we could start to see light showers around 9-10 o'clock this morning, and then this afternoon between noon hour and about 4, that's when we could see some active weather in the form of thunderstorms. So that's when we will see rain at its heaviest. It will then kind of start to taper off this evening. Still a chance of showers overnight, but most of this will clear up overnight and into your day tomorrow. The sunshine is back, but we could see significant rain, upwards of 10 to 20 millimeters of rain in the forecast. So definitely a day that you'll need your wet gear. So you need the umbrella, you need the raincoat and the rain boots in the forecast for us today. Still quite warm. Temperatures will reach a daytime high of 22, so still above seasonal temperatures. But yes, it's a day that makes sure you have your soggy gear ready because there will definitely be some puddles by the end of the day. Temperatures reaching a high of 22. You can see a risk of thunderstorms in the forecast for us today. Quite mild across the region. 23 for Kemptville, Brockville, 22 in Kingston. Out in the valley, slightly cooler. Daytime highs of 19 degrees for both Petawawa and Pembroke this morning. Over the next 7 days, we'll see a shift in temperatures tomorrow, but the sunshine is back. 13 for Wednesday, Thursday, so that's actually a little bit below the norm. We should still be sitting at around 14.8 for your daytime highs, so almost 15 degrees for your normal temperatures. But it will be nice and sunny. And look at this, our first temperature this season where we will be below that freezing mark. Thursday overnight, temps dropping to -1. So we will likely see a frost advisory issued for Wednesday and through Thursday. As we head into the weekend, the warm weather is back. Temperatures still above seasonal. Lots of sunshine on the way. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and nothing to see this morning. Traffic is moving well. We aren't seeing any major collisions, and there are no major delays this morning. Here's a look at your must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday in Fort. We head to Jacksonville. Chiefs taking on the Jaguars. Patrick Mahomes with second and goal here. Chance to break a 14-14 tie, but he's picked off at the 1-yard line by Devin Lloyd. Mahomes tries to tackle him but misses. And from there, Lloyd turns upfield. Juju Smith-Schuster and Tyquan Thornton chasing him down but running out of gas. And he gets into the end zone for the pick six. A 99-yard interception return to give the Jags the lead and would eventually win by 3. His 4th pick of the year, which leads the NFL. Lloyd has your must-see moment from Monday. And tonight on TSN, we have the FIFA Under-20 World Cup round of 16. Chile taking on Mexico. Kickoff at 5:30 Central. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
A fire that destroyed a Rockland family's home recently has them coming forward to warn others. Why don't we take a live look right now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. You are watching Your Morning Ottawa on your Tuesday. We'll be right back after this short break.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Wake up and start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could be $20,000 richer. Simply watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa for the daily code word. Then enter it online at ctvottawa.ca for your chance to win. Imagine what you could do with an extra $20,000. CTV Your Morning's $20,000 giveaway. Watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday morning 6 to 9.
Big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Tamara Leach and Chris Barber, 2 major figures of the 2022 Freedom Convoy, are expected to learn their sentences today. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0. Your full newscast in 15 minutes, but first, a check on your forecast.
Well, it is going to be a little bit different than yesterday. We need something called the umbrella, something we haven't used a lot of over the last couple of weeks. Temperatures, though, still expected to be very warm this afternoon. We're nowhere near the daytime seasonal high of 15 degrees, but that sunshine is expected to leave us with temperatures still feeling warm. Taking a look at the roads at this hour, nothing major to report as we cruise up to 6:16 a.m. on your Tuesday. As any collisions or delays enter through this morning, we will be sure to let you know.
A fire that destroyed a Rockland family's home recently has them coming forward to warn others. CTV's Caitlin Wilson has their story.
Our whole livelihood was in there, and now there's nothing left.
A devastating reality for Jason P. Law and his family. 15 years of memories gone in a flash after a fire tore through their home less than a week ago.
My wife went that morning to put coffee on, but she moved the coffee pot from the corner near the fridge to onto the stove and inadvertently turned on the knob because we have an electric stove with front knobs.
He says she stepped away to take a shower, and within 10 minutes, the main floor was engulfed in flames. His wife and son made it out safely, but nearly everything else was destroyed.
I might have a bit of something in my bedroom, but other than that, there's nothing left, and we have to start from ground zero.
For P. Law, it's a heartbreaking twist. His family runs romantic fireplaces and barbecues, appearing on CTV Your Morning Ottawa to talk fire safety. But this time it hits far too close to home.
If I can save someone else from this, that's all I care about right now. And I'm sure everyone else watching who has a front knobs electric stove has done it, you know, at least once. Flames are shooting out from here like 4 or 5 feet.
The cause is still under investigation, but officials say a fire will double in size every minute, meaning a small spark can turn catastrophic before you know it.
Mistakes do happen, and that's why you shouldn't be leaving anything on your stove. Any moment of inattention can be disastrous.
Amid the devastation, Pilon says community support has been overwhelming, from clothing to monetary donations through a GoFundMe.
They posted, I believe, at like 1 p.m. that day, and by 5 p.m. they had to turn people away because his garage was already filled with donations from my community, and that's something I'll never forget.
For Pilon, it's about turning loss into awareness while thanking the community that's helping his family start over.
I thank them completely, wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
I know it's so devastating when something like that happens, especially such a good family. We obviously know them well here at CTV, but you know what's just an extra reminder. You know, we have our fire safety week this week, each and every day, and there are a lot of ways that you can help protect yourself in situations like that. But it's so sad to see, and obviously it's great to have the community coming together to help the family. But yeah, it's just a devastating loss.
Jason Pilon, he will be on later today, but as you see, he spoke to Caitlin Wilson for that report. So we won't be talking about his home. We will be talking in general about fire safety, and of course, he has a lot of information for our viewers. That's coming up a little bit later on in the show. But you got to feel for the family. You got to feel for anybody who goes through something like that. You think, wait, your house was there 1 minute, now it's completely gone. You got to start from scratch again. We wish them all the very best.
Yeah, we really do. And again, we'll continue to have tips throughout the week to help prevent as many of those as possible. Well, former U.S. Ambassador to Canada Kelly Craft has a message for Prime Minister Mark Carney ahead of his highly anticipated meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump. It's, quote, "It's no use trying to compete with Donald Trump." Carney is set to meet with Trump in Washington today. Let's check in with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA. And Bill, what would you like to see come out of this meeting this time?
Well, I'd like to is not give anything else up in order to just curry favor with the President of the United States. Look, a lot of people are going to be giving our Prime Minister advice today, but let's remember he's the one who ran an election campaign saying he could give us advice. He's the guy who knows how to handle Donald Trump. And I think so far, Canadians have been very patient with him. I think we've seen no progress in terms of getting the tariffs lifted. And in fact, we've given back many of our counter tariffs. So we've stopped fighting. We've said, okay, fine. Let's not push his buttons. Let's be nice and see if that will work. And so far, it hasn't worked. But I'll tell you what, guys, I think that Canadians are running out of patience. I think we looked at Mark Carney and said, look, there's a honeymoon period with any new prime minister. Look, let's see what you can do, and we'll give you time. We also know Donald Trump is a very unpredictable person. Combine that with the fact that Americans seem to have bought into this spin that foreign countries pay tariffs, not them. So they've been willing to pay them. They've been paying higher prices for things. Companies have also taken a bit of a hit. Many of them have said, we're not making money right now, but we don't want to lay people off. We'll keep our prices lower to absorb some of the tariffs. All of that, it means that Donald Trump, up until now, has been winning. And it looks, if you freeze this moment in time, it looks like Donald Trump was right and almost every other economist on the planet was wrong. Tariffs are working for his country, except that those same economists keep telling us, well, we're starting to see the effects and it's taking time, but the negative impacts are starting to come. And we're seeing that in Canada as well. So we need a deal. We need certainty for the future, even if it's not the best deal. And I think that's what the Prime Minister needs to get us today, some certainty. He has to convince Donald Trump that Canada is not the enemy here, that somehow, I lived in the U.S. and I can tell you that Republicans, especially Trump Republicans, see Canada as a cautionary tale. A country is too close to socialism. Taxes are way too high. We have public health care, but it doesn't work. People can't get doctors. And, there's some truth to all of that. So I think we have to keep that in mind, that they look at Canada, not the way we look at ourselves, but they look at Canada as something they don't want to be. So he's not going to be too quick, I think, to give Canada everything it wants today. But the Prime Minister absolutely needs a win, and we need him to get one.
Yeah, hopefully we get some positivity and relief from that meeting later today. Bill, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You have a good day.
You can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 until 10 a.m. Well, today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are celebrating local volunteers with Volunteer Ottawa. We are talking about the importance of volunteering in today's Your Comments. We'll tell you how you can join in on our conversation. We always need the volunteers. Here's a live look through our Skycam on George Street. Still a little dark out there at 6:22 in the morning. Temperatures, though, expected to be above 15 degrees in just a matter of moments, and then climbing right back up close to 30 this afternoon. Stay with us. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa.
Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are celebrating local volunteers with Volunteer Ottawa. So we are asking for your comments on why do you think volunteering is so important? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And Melissa, volunteering, let's discuss.
So I was a volunteer for a couple of years at TO, and I was, get this, the best job in the world, a baby cuddler. Wow. Yes, there is such thing where you just basically go in and cuddle babies, and what it is, it's to relieve parents who are there for very long times. You know, a lot of times you don't want to leave your child unattended or alone, and you just want someone there 24/7, which obviously the nurses and stuff can't. So I would come in as a baby cuddler, and I would tend to someone's baby, so mom or dad or whoever is watching could go get lunch or take a little break. And I will say that I got more out of doing that and volunteering than I think, you know, the parents for me coming in. It was just such a rewarding job, and it was so great to give back. And now, especially as a parent where I use CHIO so much, I feel like it's just been a full circle moment, you know?
That is also the perfect volunteering job for you, like giving all those love to all the babies.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
was
so great.
the best.
That is beautiful. Giving back,
Giving
and
back
then the
means so
family
much. Yeah.
gets help, and you get help too, because the feeling that you get, my goodness, must be amazing.
Well, we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on in the show. We are asking, why do you think volunteering is so important? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up after the break, Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today. We'll be right back.
Coming up on 6:30 on your Tuesday, I'm Rosie Edden.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb. And not a bad looking start to your day, but it will change, so don't be fooled if you're like, oh, it's pretty mild, a little cloudy out there. We're expecting some rain later on this morning.
Okay, so we are forewarned.
Yes.
Umbrella necessary.
That's right.
Something we haven't used a lot of over the last little while, but it's time to break it back out.
September 25th was the last day it rained here in the city, so it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it really has not felt like fall whatsoever.
Do we know how to open the umbrella again?
Do
we need like lessons?
And not inside. Bad luck.
Not
open
inside.
it outdoors. We'll get the full details on that coming up. First, our news headlines. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people and hundreds of trucks to downtown Ottawa in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Leach and 8 years for Barber. Barber was also convicted of counseling others to disobey a court order, which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Leach and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 locations, including Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, Saint Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000, and other psilocybin-based products. Through the storefronts, they have continuously been popping up, but the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that would be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new northside stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall.
Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with the President Donald Trump today at the White House.
Conversation will center on trade issues and what we want to do to protect Canadian industries and Canadian workers.
Prime Minister Mark Carney is expected to push U.S. President Trump for some tariff relief before CUSMA comes under review next year. We did find out last night that Energy Minister Tim Hodgson will be part of the delegation, suggesting natural resources will be part of the talks. This is Prime Minister Carney's second visit to the Oval Office in less than 6 months.
Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Andlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Andlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people. But he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city. And
the Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the two sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
Ottawa police are looking for witnesses to a serious crash in Orleans. 2 cars collided on 10th Line Road south of Wall Road Sunday evening. A man in his 20s was brought to hospital with life-threatening injuries. A woman in the same vehicle suffered minor injuries. The driver of the second car was also injured. If you saw anything, police want to hear from you.
The city is looking to get the wheels in motion to upload the responsibility of the LRT to the province. During February's election campaign, Premier Ford said Ontario would upload oversight of the transit system to Metrolinx, which could save the city $4 billion over 30 years. Tomorrow, councillors will vote on a motion directing the mayor and city manager to enter negotiations with the province.
A federal union says the government is cutting jobs at the passport office. According to the Canada Employment and Immigration Union, 250 employees in the passport program were laid off last week. In a statement, the union says the cuts are a direct attack on workers who have tirelessly served Canadians through waves of unprecedented demand. This comes on the heels of 800 job cuts to the passports programs in May. The union says the latest cuts will result in passport delays, backlogs, and service disruptions.
And your morning just got a whole lot richer because we are giving away $20K. And guess what? Time for that daily code word.
Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities are endless.
And we got today's code word for you. It is bright. So head to the contest page on ctvottawa.ca or scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Enter the code word BRIGHT along with your information for your chance to win the CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. Tune in tomorrow, though, because we'll have a brand new code word for you, which you will need to enter each and every day. Good luck to everybody.
So exciting. Not a good word to describe today, though, bright, because it's going to be a little more gloomy.
Very gloomy.
Yes.
But now the temperatures are expected to be a little bit warmer than we thought, so still really warm before we lose the heat.
That's right. And we have some temperatures below the freezing mark this week in our overnight lows for the first time in quite some time.
What I will say, a positive swing on that is, I don't know about you guys, but the wasps are still crazy around my place and the bugs, so it'll be nice to at least say goodbye to them for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't worry, the weekend is looking fabulous, so we just have to get through a couple days this week. Cloudy start to your morning. We are expecting some light showers later on this morning, then wet into the day ahead where we're expecting thunderstorms today. But temperatures this week a little bit cooler. However, we will still see lots of sunshine, and temps this morning very warm. So you're going to head outside, you're going to be like, wait, it's already so warm outside, and that's because we're sitting at 16 degrees to start off your morning. 19 for Trenton, Kingston, as well as in Brockville this hour. Along the Seaway sitting at 12 degrees. So mild across the region to start off your day. A little bit cloudy out there. We're dealing partly cloudy skies, and then we're expecting some wet weather. So showers starting, it looks like between 9 and about 10 a.m. is when we could start to see a few scattered showers in the forecast. Most of the rain will happen between noon and about 4 p.m. That's when we're expecting some thunderstorms on the way. So we could see some active weather later on this afternoon. You can see that dark green band on your screen. So that's when we will see some very, very strong showers in the forecast for us, some heavy rain. We could see 10 up to 20 millimeters. Now, the good news is everything will clear out tonight, and into your day tomorrow, the sunshine is back. So we do have more sunshine, but cooler temps this week. This morning on your morning drive, we aren't expecting that rain till 9 at 10 a.m. So you should get to work okay, but the drive home, pavement could be a little bit slippery since we are expecting those scattered showers off and on into the afternoon and risk of thunderstorms from noon till 4 as well. Temps today still above seasonal, still quite warm into the day ahead. 22 for us here in the city, 24 for Cornwall, 23 in Kemptville, 19 out in the valley is your daytime high for today in both Pembroke, Petawawa, 23 in Gatineau, 17 for the daytime high in Kittigan to be. And you'll see a shift in temps tomorrow. Not as hot, but very, very sunny. So we are expecting sunny skies Wednesday in through the weekend. Forecast cooler tomorrow, 13 degrees for Wednesday, Thursday, and it's Thursday overnight. Temperatures falling to -1, and even Wednesday overnight dropping to 1. So hovering around that freezing mark and then below the freezing mark for Thursday. Likely could see a frost advisory be issued for Wednesday and through Thursday. The good news is the weekend is looking beautiful and sunny, and temperatures quite warm and still above seasonal into Saturday and Sunday.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Mostly light volume to start off your day, but we're starting to see some volume building. Congestion right now starting to build on the 417 eastbound from Richmond in through Woodruff this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Well, Ontario Premier Doug Ford says that he will look to remove more booze from LCBO shelves following the Crown Royal plant closure. We'll hear from CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst coming up a little bit later on with Rosie in our show. We're going to take a peek through our sky cam, and temperatures are still well above seasonal, but rainfall on the way. It is 6:40 a.m. on your Tuesday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we were following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Tamara Leach and Chris Barber, two major figures of the 2022 Freedom Convoy, are expected to learn their sentences today. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. And Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0. Full details on all your newscasts coming up, but first we're going to take a peek on what your morning forecast looks like.
Not a bad looking start to your day. We're seeing partly cloudy conditions out there right now, already sitting at 16 degrees. Could even see a little bit of sunshine to start off your day. Into the day ahead around 10 o'clock, we're expecting some scattered showers today, continuing into your afternoon. Risk of thunderstorms. We could see up to 20 millimeters of rain by the end of the day. Your daytime high late this afternoon is 22 degrees. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. No issues east to west, still smooth sailing. This morning, just starting to see some volume build. Richmond in through Woodruff this hour.
On the heels of President Trump announcing new tariffs on imports of heavy-duty trucks into the U.S., Ontario Premier Doug Ford says he will look to remove more booze from LCBO shelves following the Crown Royal plant closure in Amherst, Ontario. So we're going to check in right now with CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst with more on this story. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning, Rosie.
Okay, so with that said, what else can you tell us?
Ontario Premier Doug Ford has not minced words or held back his criticism of U.S. President Donald Trump amid the escalating trade war, and he's made dramatic displays backing Ontario workers, in this case just last month, pouring out Crown Royal at a news conference, angry over the looming loss of some 200 jobs at a bottling plant in Amherstburg, Ontario, just outside of Windsor. And again yesterday, threatening to pull even more alcohol from store shelves, LCBO shelves, potentially taking off even more brands. It's the latest round of a standoff between Doug Ford and Diageo, with Canadian consumers caught in the middle. Now, the British owner of several popular alcohol brands like Bailey's, Captain Morgan Guinness, and Crown Royal. Here's what the Ontario Premier had to say at a news conference in Quebec City yesterday.
We are pulling Crown Royal off our shelves as soon as the last person leaves that plant. And they can deal with it. And then we'll look at Smirnoff's next.
All right, you heard the Ontario Premier there say we'll look at Smirnoff next. Smirnoff, of course, the biggest selling vodka brand in the country, also a brand owned by Diageo. Now, in late August, Diageo announced it would cease operations at an Ontario plant in February of next year. However, says it'll continue to invest in Canada through ongoing production and local operations, and it claims Crown Royal will continue to be mashed, distilled, and aged in Canada. Rosie.
Scott, it is concerning that Canada is losing jobs, but the company is expanding in the U.S., so tell us about those plans.
Yeah, so in a press release announcing the Ontario plant closure, the company claims it is shifting some of its bottling volume to be closer to its many U.S. Crown Royal consumers, despite the fact that Amherstburg, Ontario is really... You could see it. You could see it across the U.S. border. It's quite near Detroit. Now, shortly after the inauguration of U.S. President Donald Trump, Diageo also announced plans for a brand new manufacturing and warehouse facility down south in Montgomery, Alabama, saying the site will enhance the company's North American supply chain operations. And for the southern state, Rosie, this will mean an investment of more than $400 million from the company, and it'll mean more than 750 jobs during construction, as well as 100 full-time jobs once operations are up and running. That will benefit the state of Alabama.
CTV News' Scott Hurst, thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks, Rosie. Thank you, Dr. Ball.
Well, today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are celebrating local volunteers with Volunteer Ottawa. So we asked for your comments on why do you think volunteering is so important. Here's what you had to say.
Elaine says, I believe volunteering is very important. I do it whenever I can and also give donations when I cannot be there. Anything to help our community is extremely important. I like that, our community, right? We're all in it together here.
Great mindset, Elaine. Sherry says, my mom loved volunteering at the Renfrew Food Bank. It gave her a chance to help the community, and she saw who she was helping. It gave her a sense of pride and accomplishment.
I bet. Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you, Sherry. Graham also wrote in to say, my mother, Geneva Rose, always told me, always consider it a privilege to lend somebody a hand. And whether it's lending a hand or volunteering, it all adds up to the same.
Oh,
I love that.
great advice.
Yes, absolutely.
How many organizations do we hear and are involved with where would they be without volunteers? And it's across the board, whether it's charities, organizations, or just events. Volunteers are the heart and blood.
Absolutely, and that's it. Sometimes you don't always have the means to give back in terms of funding or donations, but a lot of people say, I have my time that I can give to help out, and that's just as valuable.
Which is more precious than money, right? Because you can get money back. You can spend money and then get some back. Time, you give it, it's gone.
Absolutely.
And when you give it to a great cause like volunteering, the best.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to be hearing from you later in the show. We're asking, why do you think volunteering is so important? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Well, still ahead, one of Canada's most famous rock bands is reuniting. That and more in today's Your Morning Fix. Here's a live look for our sky cam on George Street this morning. Still a bit of a dark start to your day. Temperature's nice and warm, though we're already sitting at 16 degrees with some rain on the way late this morning. It is It's time for your morning fix, and one of Canada's most famous rock bands is reuniting. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of Rush say they will be heading out on a North American tour next year. It will be the first tour since 2015 and the first since drummer Neil Peart died of cancer in 2020. The tour, titled the 50-something Tour, will begin in Los Angeles in June.
Such an iconic rock band.
Oh, right?
And I think of Rush and you just go, okay. You know, everybody's going to be there with their lighters and singing along to the incredible tunes that have been made over the decades. Nice, nice.
Every word will be sung.
Yeah.
You'll know the word for word. Those will be really fun shows to go to.
And big news from the world of hockey. The Edmonton Oilers and their captain Connor McDavid have agreed on a contract extension. It's a 2-year deal worth about, get this, $12.5 million a season. And the agreement comes less than a week after Oilers general manager Stan Bowman says there was no guarantee McDavid would begin the season with a new contract. The superstar forward is in the last season of an 8-year, $100 million deal that he signed back in 2017. And I saw, I mean, I don't know how much contracts are logistically, but I heard this is like he took a bit of a pay cut.
This is a deal.
This is a deal for them.
This is they went down the thrift store. They got a little Connor McDavid action
Right.
for a couple of years at a big discount. But you know what? I love this because it shows that he is one of those guys that's willing to take a cut.
Yeah.
So some of the
Yes.
money can be dispersed amongst other players. So
They can win that cup.
Because they've been so close.
Two back-to-back finals. I mean, and heartbreak both times. So
he is a true superstar. Because
He
you
is.
remember when he came on the scene, this young kid, and it was like, will he deliver? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He
And
has.
then some.
And dedicated. I'm good friends with his brother, and he always talked about like growing up, where it was like we'd go out and do things at restaurants, training, hockey. Like he was always there. That's what he always did, and it shows.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I mean, he's incredible. More than 300 performers paraded a 67-meter fire dragon adorned with thousands of burning incense sticks through the streets of Hong Kong for the Tai Hang Fire Dragon Dance. The Mid-Autumn Festival is a celebration for peace and safety that showcases cherished customs. It's nationally recognized for its cultural significance, but it's also become a popular tourist attraction that drives sales, which benefit the local economy. The festival started on Sunday and ends today.
There
Beautiful,
you go.
right?
Amazing. Look at that. Look at the celebrations.
So many people.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we've got our beautiful weather here, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later with all the gorgeous fall colors. I feel like we've got our own fall celebration going on right here. Okay. All right, coming up in the next hour at 7:20, Ashley and Gord from Pure Country 94. They're in Jamaica. We catch up with them and tell you about your chance to win a trip for two. So you don't want to miss that. 7:45, CTV News reporter Sean Lee Thong talks about a little Blue Jays baseball. 7:50, we tell you how you can shop all your favorite luxury brands right here in Ottawa at an up-and-coming pop-up event. Oh, look at that. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We got some rain on the way. You're watching CTV Your Morning Ottawa. It's Tuesday, October 7th. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now.
Ann Lauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats.
And we have your chance to win a trip for two to beautiful Sandals South Coast Resort in White House, Jamaica. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning. Welcome. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and there's something about seeing beautiful, picturesque Jamaica that just puts a smile on my face, and I love that someone gets to go there.
Yeah, that's nice that we're giving away a lot. We're a very giving show.
We sure are.
I do love that.
Yeah, Move 100 has a big cash giveaway.
Yeah.
We have a big cash giveaway, a trip to Jamaica. There's everything that you could ever want. You just got to keep tuning in.
There you go.
Love it.
All right, we're going to get right to our news headlines. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people in hundreds of trucks to downtown Ottawa in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Leach and 8 for Barber. Barber was also convicted of counseling others to disobey a court order which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Leach and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 locations on Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, St. Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000, and other psilocybin-based products. Though the storefronts have been popping up, the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that will be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new northside stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall.
Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today at the White House.
The conversation will center on trade issues and what we want to do to protect Canadian industries and Canadian workers.
The Prime Minister is expected to push U.S. President Trump for some tariff relief before CUSMA comes under review next year. We did find out last night that Energy Minister Tim Hodgson will be part of the delegation, suggesting natural resources will be part of the talks. This is Prime Minister Carney's 2nd visit to the Oval Office in less than 6 months.
Ottawa Senators owner Michael Anlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Anlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Anlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people. But he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city. And
the Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the 2 sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
Ottawa police are looking for witnesses to a serious crash that took place in Orleans. 2 cars collided on 10th Line Road south of Wall Road Sunday night. A man in his 20s was brought to hospital with life-threatening injuries. A woman in the same vehicle suffered minor injuries. The driver of the second car was also injured. If you saw anything, police want to hear from you.
The city is looking to get the wheels in motion to upload the responsibility of the LRT to the province. During February's election campaign, Premier Ford said Ontario would upload oversight of the transit system to Metrolinx, which could save the city $4 billion over 30 years. Tomorrow, councillors will vote on a motion directing the mayor and city manager to enter negotiations with the province.
A federal union says that the government is cutting jobs at the passport office. According to the Canada Employment and Immigration Union, 250 employees in the passport program were laid off last week. In a statement, the union says the cuts are a direct attack on workers who have tirelessly served Canadians through waves of unprecedented demand. This comes on the heels of 800 job cuts to the passport program in May. The union says the latest cuts will result in passport delays, backlogs, and service disruptions.
And some exciting plans for the city. It plans to expand the Street Seats pilot project for next summer.
Next summer, we're going to be expanding along Somerset Street West into Chinatown, which is very exciting. But we're also going to keep it up here in these spaces.
The project started in July, creating 3 temporary pedestrian spaces alongside Bank Street.
The city says thousands of residents and visitors use the spaces, which include seating, live performers, and vendors. The spaces are part of plans to revitalize downtown. And if you haven't been, you need to just go for a little walk, and then you come upon that and you just go, oh, well, I'll just take a seat. And it's really pretty, really.
And inviting
nice.
With those beautiful bright colors as well. Like, who wouldn't want to sit down there?
Yeah, it's nice to have that a part of downtown too, to get people to keep coming downtown. And again, as they said, revitalize what a great area it is.
And we do have your weather picture of the day, and this was sent to us from Ken. It is the moonrise on the Ottawa River near La Passe, Ontario.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating. Just box me up.
And of course, we want to hear from you. Please send your weather pictures to us, and you can see right here on the show. All you have to do is email us, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, weathershots@ctv.ca. A little bit of a cloudy start to your morning, but it is quite mild out there. Already sitting at 16 degrees. Some areas in Cornwall, Montreal seeing a little bit of that sunshine today. For us, not a lot of sunshine on the way, but still some sunny breaks in the forecast. This morning, we'll start off a mix of sun and cloud, and then we'll start to see an increase of cloudiness around 9, 10 o'clock, and that's when we could start to see a little bit of rain in the forecast as well. The rain could be heavy at times. Risk of thunderstorms between noon hour today and about 4 p.m. So that's when we will see rain at its heaviest, and we could see upwards of 10 to 20 millimeters of rain in the forecast. It will begin to then taper off later on into your evening and clear up overnight. Sunshine back in the forecast for tomorrow, but cooler temperatures as we head towards the middle of the work week. Today, temps still above seasonal. 22 is the high for us in Ottawa today, and a little mixture of everything, mix of sun and cloud. Cloudier conditions into the afternoon. Some showers today, risk of thunderstorms. So we'll see it all in the forecast for us later on today. Similar in Petawawa, daytime high of 19, 17 over in Kittigan-Zibi. So still above seasonal into your afternoon. It's into our overnights over the next few days that it will get quite cold. So showers today, risk of those thunderstorms, 16 degrees right now outside this morning, but at least we're seeing a bright start to your day. So if you're waiting for the bus this morning, you're okay. It's the way home that could be a little bit wet. In the 7-day forecast, you'll see tomorrow, 13 is the high, same with on Thursday. The sunshine is back for a few days, but the overnight lows really cold, dropping to 1 Wednesday, -1 on Thursday. So likely we'll see a frost advisory in effect over the next few days. As we head into the weekend, warmer conditions with above seasonal temperatures and lots of sun.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating 80 years in family business.
Mostly light volume out there, but slowly starting to pick up. We're seeing a bit of congestion building on the 417 eastbound from Richmond to Parkdale. Westbound has a small sticky spot from Vanier to Nicholas. Main roads are flowing well with no major delays.
As the days get shorter and the nights get colder, many of us are turning to the cozy warmth of a fireplace. But before you light that first fire, it is crucial to ensure your fireplace is operating safely and efficiently. Joining us to talk about fireplace safety is Jason Pilon from Romantic Fireplaces and Barbecues. Good morning to you, Jason.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming on here.
No worries.
Our viewers, we all need information on fireplace safety. Why don't we start right here with gas fireplaces and how you keep your fireplace safe, running well?
Correct. So with gas, I mean, on the fire safety of things, basically, it's more important to recognize that with gas fireplaces, it's more the carbon monoxide that you're worried about, right? Okay. So, you know, having every 2 years at least a service done to make sure the gaskets are you know, nice and tight and everything's safe with that. And also important to remember to have a carbon monoxide detector in the room that you have a gas appliance, because that is, you know, it's a silent killer essentially. So you want to make sure you're safe on that front with gas fireplaces.
Okay, so about once every 2 years, you're getting somebody to come in and just inspect, just to make sure everything's running smoothly.
That's correct.
For a gas fireplace.
For a gas fireplace.
Okay, and then you offer that services, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yeah,
and how long does it take? Someone comes in?
It's a little under an hour or so.
Good,
so,
not too long.
Not too long.
Because sometimes, you know, folks are like, okay, I don't need you in my house all day, right?
100%.
Yeah, okay,
100%.
so that's good to know. What about wood-burning fireplaces? I would imagine that takes a little bit more attention.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So with wood-burning fireplaces, you know, you just want to make sure the most important thing, especially older homes, you know, in the city's East End, West End, homes that are over 40 years old, a lot of the fireplaces aren't masonry. They are what we call prefabricated, and all that means is instead of having a masonry chimney, you have a stainless steel chimney. And then those fireplaces nowadays are about, well, a lot of them are over 40 years old, but the life expectancy of those fireplaces are around 25 to 30. So if you're still using your fireplace after that 30-year mark, it's very important to make sure that you get your chimney cleaned every year, because chimney fires are usually what happen with these types of fireplaces. So at that same time, whoever's going to clean your chimney, you want to make sure that they just do a quick visual inspection just to make sure that it's okay, because that's what's most important, especially as the fireplaces start to age.
Is it best to get the chimney cleaned after the season or just before you start up a new season?
Most people start up on the new season, just to make sure it's good for that year, as opposed to doing it at the end of the year and having the summer. At least they can see the chimney, the condition of it, and see what's going on up at the top.
Okay, Jason, this is really good, very important information. Want to thank you for coming by, Jason Pilon. We have to keep those fireplaces running smoothly.
100%.
And it's great to know that you're here to give us that information.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Melissa.
Well, Ashley and Gord from Pure Country 94 are over at the Sandals South Coast Resort in White House, Jamaica, and we find out what they've been up to and tell you about a chance to win a trip for two to that very resort. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning. It is not a bad looking start to your day. Bright out there, 16 degrees. Rain on the way this afternoon.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could win $20,000. For your chance to win, watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Good morning, welcome back. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today, nearly 4 years after the protest movement. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today at the White House.
Not a bad looking start to your morning. We're sitting at 16 degrees, seeing partly cloudy skies out there. So a little bit of sunshine, but into the afternoon, we are expecting rain today. Showers, scattered showers off and on, risk of thunderstorms, 10 up to 20 millimeters of rain, a high of 22. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. Still no major issues to report, just your volume building right now east to west on the Queensway.
On the surface, it's girls playing sports, having a blast, and getting a break from school. But look a little closer. This is actually about empowerment and possibility. When girls stay in sports, goals of all kinds become more attainable. CTV's Camille Wilson has the story.
Sports Day, the Girls' Way, welcoming about 600 girls from across the Ottawa region for a day of sport, social inclusion, and empowerment. Eldad says this is a great opportunity.
I know that there's a lot of girls out there that doesn't really have a lot of chances to really do this and have a career in sport.
The OSEG event gives girls a chance to try flag football, basketball, wheelchair basketball, tennis, and soccer.
A lot of people underestimate girls in their activity.
It's really fun to play with a bunch of other girls and good coaches, and it's nice to have female role models.
Some are first-timers, others perfecting their skill.
I started playing when I was at least 8 years old. My parents love soccer.
Encouraging girls to be brave over perfect and helping them build confidence, life skills, develop connections, and that they can take on anything. Girls drop out of sport at a higher rate than boys, with one recent Canadian study showing 1 in 3 girls leaving by late adolescence due to lack of confidence, body image, and social pressure.
We strongly believe that girls in sport is powerful. What we're doing here today is creating that environment for girls to feel safe, empowered, and like they belong and have a place in sport.
A panel discussion with accomplished Canadian women athletes to share their experience, passion, and to push the message of a gender-inclusive space.
I think that sport has given me so much, has allowed me to meet new friends, has taken me to incredible places. So for a lot of these girls to be introduced to new sports and just to meet new people, I think it's really special.
Seeing so many young girls out here to play and share community and share time and space with their mentors and their peers is so special. Girls playing sport is a super hack for anything they want to do in life, and so it's a privilege to be a part of this day and to be able to inspire and share some of the lessons I've learned with these young women.
Girls are here having a blast, but say those lessons resonated.
Don't give up.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Well, Ashley and Gord from Beer Country 94 are hanging out at the Sandals South Coast in White House, Jamaica all week long. We're going to check in with this morning to see what they've been up to. Good morning to the two of you. And I have to say, yesterday we reached 30 degrees, so the jealousy was at, we'll call it a 2. Today, pouring rain. My jealousy is now at a 10.
Suckers. Oh, okay. That's good, because I think, yeah, it's pretty hot, and we are expecting lots of sunshine and more today.
Yeah, it's about 25 right now, expected to reach like a balmy 33 for the crystal clear water is sitting at about 88 degrees.
And, you know, you guys know I'm a beach bum, so this is going to be a little difficult for me today. But thank you for continuously making me wish that I was in a beautiful location like that. Obviously, you guys are there for a great reason, and the resort is amazing. Tell me a little bit of what you've been up to.
Oh, we've been up to so much since we got here. I think first and foremost is just enjoying Sandals South Coast. We spoke not long ago to the general manager here at Sandals South Coast, and I love the way he described it. When you come here, it's an experience, but it's also a feeling. Gord said he had the best sleep of his life last night.
You see my shoulders? There is no weight on these bad boys. This is how I'm returning to Ottawa.
Just want to
Here we go. This is how I'm returning to Ottawa. Right here.
You need this. You know, you get away from work, you come here, and because of where Sandals South Coast is, it just feels so private and so secluded. And now getting here is even easier. So with Air Canada Vacations, there's a lot of perks with booking through Air Canada Vacations.
Yep.
One of which, I don't know if you heard this, but as of September the 1st, complimentary beer and wine on board.
I know you were very excited about this one.
I was very excited.
On the way here, you said, "Oh, I don't mind if I do."
Don't mind if I have a couple.
Also, checked baggage as well on Air Canada flights is free. Your carry-on as well, and great in-flight entertainment. It's really the best experience.
And we also had a chance to speak to Marigold Fortuna from Air Canada Vacations, who had a very big announcement for people in Ottawa.
This winter, Ashley, we are flying nonstop from Ottawa to Montego Bay starting December 21st until April. How convenient is that?
That means more time here at Sandals South Coast in Jamaica. Yeah!
Yeah, that's huge news, right? Huge news. It's a direct flight, gets you here closer, and you get to spend more time here at Sandals South Coast, which we think is just perfect.
Forget about Montreal. Forget about Toronto. All you got to do, put your feet up, William.
There you go.
Oh, doesn't that look nice?
You want a pedicure, by the way? Please do remove that from the amazing.
Oh yeah, there's food on the table.
I was going to say, it'll take a little bit, so I think you guys just stay down there until the direct flights become available. I'll come join you because there's no way you're eating all those pastries by yourself. I mean, save me one.
Is that a challenge, Will?
I know he's going to devour them.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can't wait for people to experience Sandals South Coast. And all week, of course, we are going to be broadcasting here. But there's another reason that we're showing up on your screen. And that's because we want to be able to give you the code words that you're going to take over to ctvottawa.ca so that you can win an all-inclusive trip for two to experience the relaxation and the feeling of Sandals South Coast in Jamaica. So, are you ready for the code word?
I'm ready. Give it to us.
It's what you're not getting today, but what we are getting today. The code word is sunshine.
Sunshine.
Oh, you just have to rub it in a little bit more. I will say, though, it does look very beautiful on the two of you. We really appreciate you guys checking in with us while you guys are there. Enjoy the day. Have a good time. And I only see one bite out of that. There you go, Ashley. Yeah, enjoy it, baby. Get in there, Gord. There it is. Keep those deep sleeps coming. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, nice. Nice little barefoot from Gordon in the morning. What more could you ask for on a Tuesday? Well, get ready for an incredible dream experience. You could be right there at Sandals South Coast in beautiful White House, Jamaica. We are giving away that all-inclusive trip for two. Watch all this week for your daily code word. You just heard it from their sunshine. The more you watch, the more chances you have to win the incredible getaway. Today's code word, if you just missed it, it's sunshine. So head over to ctvottawa.ca right now and enter for your chance to win the Sandals Resorts. Get closer to the Caribbean. And don't forget, you can listen to Ashley and Gord on the morning pickup weekdays from 6 to 10 on Ottawa's Pure Country 94. This week, on location at the beautiful beach. Well, the cost of living continues to deter young Canadians from buying their first homes. Frank Napolitano from Mortgage Brokers Ottawa is here to share some advice for first-time home buyers coming up after the break. We're going to take a peek from our Skycam on George Street. Not a lot of rainfall yet, but it is on the way, so I'm hopping on that flight and I'm joining the crew down at the beach. Stay with us. We are cruising up to 7:30 on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video, upload it at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Welcome. I'm Susie and Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello, and thank you, Melissa, for the wonderful conditions.
Yes, and I'm Melissa Lamb. Not a bad looking start to your day. It's later on this afternoon that it's going to look a little wet. So some sunshine early this morning. If you have to walk the dog or go for a walk yourself, do it now, not later. Don't put it off.
There you go. That's why today, when talking with Ashley and Gord, we just did it moments ago before the commercial break. They are in Jamaica. And I said, today's the day we can be a little bit more jealous because of the rain and cooler temperatures. Yesterday, we were doing okay.
Yeah. But now we're like making that face. Like,
Now we're like, when do those direct flights start? Is it in the next week or so? We come join them.
Get out before Thursday morning.
That's when it gets cooler.
Below freezing temperatures this week.
Uh-oh. We'll have more details on that coming up. We will get to our news headlines first. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people in hundreds of trucks to downtown Ottawa in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Leach and 8 for Barber. Barber was also convicted of counseling others to disobey a court order which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Leach and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 locations. That is on Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, St. Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000, and other psilocybin-based products. Though the storefronts have been popping up, the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that would be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new northside stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today at the White House.
The conversation will center on trade issues and what we want to do to protect Canadian industries and Canadian workers.
The Prime Minister is expected to push U.S. President Trump for some tariff relief before CUSMA comes under review next year. We did find out last night that Energy Minister Tim Hodgson will be part of the delegation, suggesting natural resources will be part of the talks. This is Prime Minister Carney's second visit to the Oval Office in less than 6 months.
Today marks 2 years since the Israel-Hamas war began, bringing devastation across the region. This comes as Israel and Hamas press on with indirect peace talks in Egypt. The war started after Hamas launched a surprise terrorist attack in Israel on October 7th, 2023, which killed nearly 1,200 people and took about 200 hostages. According to the Israeli tallies, Israel's retaliatory offense on Gaza has killed more than 67,000 Palestinians and seriously injured nearly 170,000 across the Gaza health industry. In Egypt today, Israel and Hamas are expected to resume indirect talks aiming to reach a possible Gaza ceasefire. Sources close to the negotiations say that there was progress made yesterday, the first phase of the U.S. proposed plan, which would establish a ceasefire and see hostages released in exchange for Palestinian detainees.
Ottawa Senators owner Michael Anlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Anlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Anlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people. But he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city. And
the Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the two sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
A nearly 60-year-old community center in the Carlington area is getting an upgrade.
Today, I'm proud to announce that our government is investing over $8 million to support the upgrades to the Alexander Community Centre.
The Ontario government is investing millions of dollars to upgrade the Alexander Community Centre. It will include a brand new gymnasium 3 times larger than the current one.
Yeah, once the new gym is all set and ready, the old one will be repurposed as a multi-use space for other activities. The project is part of a $200 million community sport and recreation infrastructure fund aimed at revitalizing local facilities across the province.
I am here for it.
We were just talking earlier that, we would need, we need more women's sports outside of college and high school, and now we have more recreational sports facilities being built. Everything that we love is coming here.
You pay taxes, and it's nice to see the taxes go to something like that, a community center. We can all take part in it and enjoy. And like you said, girls and boys get out there and exercise, which I love. Okay, not too sure, Will and Melissa, if you can exercise that much outside later on this afternoon. It might be a little wet there. Melissa.
Maybe this morning, get your exercises done, because that's when we're going to see a bit of sunshine, which is what we're currently seeing outside there this morning. So it is a little bit of a cloudy start to your day, but still a little bit of sunshine early this morning. We are expecting some scattered showers starting around 9-10 o'clock. Risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon, and then this week, cooler temperatures, but lots of sunshine on the way. We're sitting at 17 degrees right now, so we have warmed up slightly, seeing a mix of sun and cloud. Already starting to see a little bit of rain out in the valley, sitting at 16 in Pembroke as well as in Montreal. So this is what we're looking at in our skies. Last hour, we did not see this on the satellite radar, and now we can see this massive low pressure system moving towards Ottawa, bringing with it significant rain and risk of thunderstorms into the day ahead as well. So most of it will start after 10 o'clock this morning. Some light scattered showers, then heavy rain and risk of thunderstorms from noon hour till about 4 p.m. today. That's when we could see upwards of 20 millimeters of rain by the end of the day today. So anywhere between 10 to 20 millimeters of rain. Everything will clear up overnight, and we'll see the sunshine back in the forecast for tomorrow. Temps still above seasonal. 22 is your daytime high for today. Same with in Trenton, Kingston, Cornwall sitting at 24 for their high. 19 out in the valley today. 17 in Kittigat and Zibi. So for kids heading to recess today, could get out for recess this morning. That's the better chance, as temperatures are still really warm, sitting at 22 for a daytime high, but still a risk of some thunderstorms into the afternoon. At least it will be warm throughout the day ahead. Over the next couple of days, this is what we are expecting. 13 is the high for Wednesday, Thursday. Lots of sunshine on the way. However, look at those overnight lows. Starting tonight, dropping to the single digits, but then Wednesday, Thursday, hovering around that freezing mark and below the freezing mark Thursday. So likely we will see a frost advisory in effect Wednesday and through Thursday. The sunshine is back towards the end of the work week and through your weekend. Nice warm temperatures. Moderate volume right now on your roads. We're seeing congestion on the 417 eastbound from Moody to Parkdale. There's about a 13-minute delay. Westbound, we're seeing slowdowns from Hunt Club to Nicholas, adding about a 7-minute delay this morning.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Well, this morning we are talking about first-time home buyers and some advice for anybody thinking about buying their first home. And we have Frank Napolitano here from Mortgage Brokers Ottawa. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, it's that time. It's like, do I buy or not to buy? But there's some great advice you have for people looking to buy their first home.
It's tough, right? First-time home buyers. I mean, we can go back 10, 12 years ago. Average house was maybe $350,000, $400,000. Saving for that down payment.
Not
it's
so
still
bad.
difficult, but
yeah,
it's $20,000 now when the average home is $500,000, $600,000. You're having to save $30,000, and what really hurts young Canadians, I think, is they just go excessive when it comes to outside expenditures. If you're going to buy a vehicle, and I know you need a good working vehicle, but try to keep those monthly payments as low as possible, because it does hinder you from qualifying moving forward. So, I see a lot of young Canadians come in and they've got $700, $800 a month car payments. And then they wonder why they don't qualify for a big mortgage. It's because you're caught up in that car loan. So, that's one of the things.
Yeah.
The advice I give a lot of young Canadians to stay home as long as you can with your parents. Take that money that you would put into rent and put it into a first-time home buyer savings plan. Put it into a TFSA so that you've got your down payment set aside. There's lots of little things you can do, but unfortunately, I think people get caught up, and the cost of living is expensive today. Let's call a spade a spade. I mean, try not to go out as much, but it's hard because the younger generation likes to live their lives, right?
Yeah,
they love to travel. So,
and just I think the affordability has just changed so much, even in the last 10 years. It's wild to think of my first home, how it was, affordable, and now you look at it and it just seems like it's kind of doubled or tripled in price tags, that it's just making it so much harder for those first-time home buyers.
It really is. As much as real estate prices have calmed down over the last couple of years, unfortunately over COVID we saw them go up tremendously, and the salaries haven't gone up as much, and that's the struggle. Full-time jobs are hard to come by these days. Unemployment numbers are going up, so very difficult. And I feel for young Canadians because where the average age used to be for a young Canadian to buy a home in the you know, mid to late 20s. Now you're looking mid 30s for the average first-time home buyer. Ottawa's a little bit more affordable, but you know, you look at the GTA in Toronto area and Vancouver area, and it's probably into the 40s now.
So your advice, stay home as long as possible.
I know parents don't want to hear that. Most parents are saying, Frank, don't listen to Frank. But yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, they want them out of the house, but you're like, wait,
get out.
Don't leave too quickly. Try and stay home, and those car payments are something that can really significantly reduce how much money you can get on a mortgage.
Yeah, car payment, and then try to take a portion of your paycheck and maybe put it into that first home savings. Like try to say, okay, every paycheck, I'll take 10%, 15% and automatically transfer it to even an RSP. You're allowed to take money out of an RSP for your first home, and then you'll get some tax refund hopefully at the end of the year. So take advantage of every little tip that's available for you because it's difficult. Getting into that first home is really difficult.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Frank, for joining us today. And of course, if you want more information, mortgagebrokersottawa.com. Will.
Thanks, Melissa. Well, the Toronto Blue Jays are looking for that sweep of 2-0 following 2 big blowouts versus the Yankees. Coming up a little bit later on, we check in with CTV News correspondent Sean Leathon to help set things up. A lot of people really excited to watch that game. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam, and the sunshine poking out for now. But all that changes late this afternoon with up to potentially 20 millimeters of some showers on the way. Good morning, Ottawa. It is 7:41 on your Tuesday. Well, Game 3 of the ALDS between the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees is tonight. We check in with CTV News reporter Sean Leathon. And Sean, a lot of people really excited about this start and the game for tonight.
They certainly are, Will, and I got to say the Bronx Bombers fans, the faithful here, are already doing their job. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock in the morning, and we've been heckled a number of times just as people get up and make their way to work. They want to let us know what they think is going to happen tonight. But many of those fans also talking about how they are nervous. As we do know, the Toronto Blue Jays are up 2-0 in the series. They can eliminate the New York Yankees with a win tonight, and that's what the Blue Jays absolutely want to do because they took advantage of their games at home, which is what the Jays had to do. They've been an excellent team at home. On the road this year, the Blue Jays record was 40 wins and 41 losses. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for the Blue Jays to win on the road. And we know the stadium behind me, Yankee Stadium, is a predominantly very difficult place to play. One player on the Blue Jays, though, who has always enjoyed playing here, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he did an excellent job in Toronto. He's red hot in the season, in the series so far. He obviously hit that grand slam that everybody has watched multiple times over the last few days, and he loves to kill the Yankees here in New York. But then when we turn to who's on the mound tonight, Shane Bieber for the Blue Jays has done an admirable job since being picked up around the trade deadline with a record of 4-2. Since coming off Tommy John surgery, he's been excellent and getting close to regaining that Cy Young form he had years ago. Carlos Rodon for the New York Yankees is no slouch with a record of 18-9 this season, and he throws a lot of strikeouts. The Blue Jays are a team that likes to put the ball in play, so if they can get to Rodon early and get to the Yankees bullpen, they could do very well. We do know that the Blue Jays bullpen has a bit of a sore spot for them. We saw in Game 2 that it was a little bit shaky going down the stretch of the Blue Jays when they went to the bullpen and gave up 7 runs. Luckily, they'd built up that 13-run cushion, so it wasn't really an issue. But that's really the tale of the game today, is if either team could get into the other team's bullpen, that could be the one who manages to pull this out as they try and grind this forward. But first pitch flies a little bit later, 8 o'clock tonight. The place will be packed. We will be there, of course, and we're hoping the Blue Jays can win. Reporting live, I'm Sean Leathon. Will, send it back to you.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, and good luck with the hecklers over there. We got your back, my friend.
Thank you.
Ottawa is getting a chance to step into an exclusive fashion world at the latest pop-up. Whether you are drawn to clothing, accessories, or fragrance, this is a pop-up that brings a taste of luxury brands to our city with a curated selection featuring the latest trends. And here to give us a sneak peek is fashion stylist Mary Chen Chabello.
Hi, Rosie.
It's great to see you.
Always good to see you.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so can you tell me about this event here? We're talking luxury.
We're talking
talking all the brands, but yes, a little bit of elevated luxury right here in our city with a curated pop-up. I mean, how lovely. October 16th to 18th, right here at the Chateau Laurier. It's going to be a nice blend of beautiful brands, accessories, clothing, fragrances, like you mentioned, from 10 to, I want to get this right, 10:30 to 6:30 on the 5th floor of the presidential suite.
Okay, so
feel like a celebrity when you go to that pop-up.
That's wonderful. So it's like almost like you said, curated. So it's specialized, one-on-one kind of shopping. You kind of walk in and there's these beautiful displays of clothing. You said
Clothing. So it's the presidential suite, right?
Okay.
So picture walking into this huge historic suite, but it's decked out in all the gorgeous brands, accessories, and fragrances you've come to love from Holt Renfrew.
Do you have to make an appointment?
You don't, but it's encouraged. So you can email them. I'll get the email address right at the, or montreal.events@holtrenfrew.com. And you can get that curated selection of the one-on-one. RSVP is encouraged.
So do we get a little taste of what we can expect here today?
You're going to get a sneak peek of the brands and some of the trends that we're seeing coming down the fall pipeline.
All right, let's talk trends here.
So number one is Ava here, and she's in, thank you, what we're calling textured touch. Look at you.
Textured touch.
So it's all about textile opulence. Think like silks and suedes and cashmeres. It's all about those textures that you want to mix and match together. And we're using fabric as like that visual kind of like elegance.
I see how you're doing that there. Like I'm loving the pant.
Yes,
paired
so the
with
faux leather.
Yeah, exactly, faux leather, and then paired with the knit.
Yeah, paired with the knits, and then look at these Prada, these distressed Prada shoes. They are so gorgeous, and again, you've got that elevated texture that just gives your eyeballs that eye candy that they love. So she's got Cinzia Roca on with the coat, Valentino purse, and Prada shoes. The top is from 11T, a very wearable brand. So these are some of the looks that you're going to see at the pop-up. All done so well in this textured opulence trend.
And I'm really enjoying the browns, the deep hues here this time of year. Gorgeous.
I mean, this screams fall.
Yeah,
this screams fall.
Really
this is such a gorgeous look.
Very nice. Okay, what else do you have for us?
So, have you heard of the Mix Master trend? You do this a little. You do this well, Rosie. So, it's kind of we're shying away from minimalism, and we're going back to maximalism.
Oh, okay.
This is a great way to express your individual self. Is with those great patterns. So, this is a big, bold pattern that we haven't seen in years before, but now we're seeing them come up again. It's a bold self-expression of yourself through rich textures, vivid colors, and those really cool patterns. So this dress, you will see it at the pop-up. It's Veronica Baird and Jimmy Choo knee-high boots. So these you can't really find in Ottawa. They're coming to this pop-up.
Jimmy Choo's.
How gorgeous are those? They're just beautiful, and the knee-highs are really trending.
And the thing is, I know that Jimmy Choo is very high-end, but they last forever.
So we're talking about those statement pieces, those classic pieces that you have that you're going to have for 10 years in your wardrobe. So the investment piece. And the Chloe saddlebag, of course, is a timeless.
I want it. Very nice. Love that.
I love it too.
Okay.
So last but not least in the trends, so we didn't forget about the men. Mason here is in the core trend. So this is a trend that you actually do very well. So it's that corporate look with a little bit of a twist. So you add a little bit of like that gorgeous texture, those different silhouettes. It's still perfect for the office, but it's core. It's done in just a different way. Traditional office wear with a contemporary twist. This whole look is by, again, that brand 11T, something that you can't easily find in Ottawa, but you'll find it all over this pop-up. They are bringing it for our viewing and shopping pleasure. Once again, October 16th and 18th at the Fairmont Chateau Laurier.
Bringing the luxury.
We're bringing the luxury with Holt Renfrew Ogilvy. They're coming to town. Don't miss. It's going to be so fabulous.
Let's bring in all the models to get a final look here. Just a little taste of what we can expect there, like you said, over the next couple of days.
Just a little taste, a little bit of inspiration on how you can put these styles and trends together. You're going to find them all at the pop-up.
October 16th to 18th
you
at
got
the Fairmont. Love it. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, Rosie.
Melissa.
Well, your morning just got a whole lot richer because we are giving away $20K, and it's time for today's code word. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand, a dream vacation, home renovations, paying off some bills. The possibilities are endless, or maybe a little shopping spree after that fashion we just saw. Today's code word is bright. So head over to our contest page at ctvottawa.ca, scan that QR code on your screen, enter the code word along with your info for your chance to win the CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. And make sure you watch us tomorrow for a brand new code word. Good luck. Coming up, we are exploring the art of beauty of the Brook Valley countryside at their annual Perth Autumn Studio Tour, standing by in our CTV Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Here's your milestone celebrations for today, October 7th. We have to say happy 7th birthday to Jack. Love from Mom, Dad, your sister Emmy, Nana Nancy, Nana Carol, Papa, and your dog Bear. If you have a milestone, celebrate it with us. Send us your birthday announcements for kids turning 13 and under, and for those turning 100 years or more, and wedding anniversaries for those celebrating 50 years or more. All you have to do is email us your morning Ottawa milestones at ctv.ca, and we will be sure to get your announcement on the air. Coming up in the next hour, 8:10, whether you're a seasoned sommelier or just looking to impress your guests, we've got you covered with the perfect wine and beer pairings for Thanksgiving. 8:20, we explore the art and beauty of the Brook Valley countryside at their annual Perth Autumn Studio Tour. 8:40, we introduce you to Ottawa's first non-alcoholic cocktail competition, the Sunday Sober Showdown. All that and more coming up. We'll take a live look through our Skycam. Beautiful start to the day, but we do have some rain on the way. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. Seven. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now.
And Lauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a brand new rink at LeBreton Flats.
And we introduce you to Ottawa's first non-alcoholic cocktail competition, the Sunday Sober Showdown. We'll have that coming up.
Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edden.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and I love that they're doing a Sunday Sober cocktail competition. That's so exciting. I love seeing that.
Non-alcoholic beverages are really having a moment here, and a lot of people are on board. You don't necessarily have to have alcohol to enjoy a great beverage, and you do a little mixing, have a little fun.
Wait for a little taste test too. That sounds exciting.
Mocktail gets some love.
Yes.
We'll stay tuned for that. Right to our news headlines, as Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people and hundreds of trucks to downtown Ottawa in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Leach and 8 for Barber. Barber was also convicted of counseling others to disobey a court order which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Leach and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 different locations, including Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, St. Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000, and other psilocybin-based products. Though the storefronts have been popping up, the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that would be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new northside stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today at the White House.
The conversation will center on trade issues and what we want to do to protect Canadian industries and Canadian workers.
Prime Minister Carney is expected to push U.S. President Trump for some tariff relief before CUSMA comes under review next year. We did find out last night that Energy Minister Tim Hodgson will be part of the delegation, suggesting natural resources will be part of the talks. This is Prime Minister Carney's second visit to the Oval Office in less than 6 months.
Today marks 2 years since the Israel-Hamas war began, bringing devastation across the region. This comes as Israel and Hamas press on with indirect peace talks in Egypt. The war started after Hamas launched a surprise terrorist attack in Israel on October 7th, 2023, which killed nearly 1,200 people and took about 200 hostages. According to Israeli tallies, Israelis' retaliatory offense on Gaza has killed more than 67,000 Palestinians and seriously injured nearly 170,000, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. And in Egypt today, Israel and Hamas are expected to resume indirect talks aiming to reach a possible Gaza ceasefire. Sources close to the negotiations say there was progress made yesterday. The first phase of the U.S. proposed plan, which would establish a ceasefire and see hostages released in exchange for Palestinian detainees.
Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Andlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Andlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people, but he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city. And
the Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the two sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
And the first supermoon of the year was very visible in the capital.
But not for us, because we were in bed. Known as the harvest moon. Last night's full moon was also the largest and brightest full moon so far this year.
I tell you, you could see it even in the early morning. It's super bright because the moon doesn't orbit the Earth in a perfect circle. Sometimes its elliptical path brings it slightly closer to our planet, making it appear larger and brighter. Keep in mind, though, supermoon is not an official astronomical term.
It almost like blends in with the street lights.
Yeah, just like they're just kind of popping one extra one in there, but it does. I think that's the biggest thing that you pointed out. It definitely makes it a lot brighter, and you can tell right away because it's just like on normal evenings, it's like okay, but then you can always notice when it's a little bit brighter.
It's really something. I have a skylight, and I'm not kidding you guys. Well, like at night, I was like, what? Oh my gosh. That's the moon. It was like somebody was shining a bright light in your place, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to sleep with an eye mask, I guess. So
yeah,
you don't get disturbed by that bright moon.
Harvest moon keeping us morning people awake.
That's right. In your forecast this morning, temperatures not so bad. We are sitting in the double digits at least to start off your day. We're sitting at 18 now in Ottawa. So we warmed up. We were sitting at 16 earlier this morning. Mix of sun and cloud. So areas in the valley already starting to see a little bit of rain right now. For us, still seeing that mix of sun and cloud. Enjoy it because the rain is fast approaching 20 degrees already out in Brockville. So this is what we're seeing in the satellite radar. Yes, with it, rain. We're seeing some thunderstorm activity. You can see that yellow and orange and red popping up on your screen. So it is approaching towards us. Likely more this afternoon, we will see those thunderstorms, but we are expecting rain around 10 o'clock this morning. That's when we could start to see a few light scattered showers. So hopefully you brought your umbrella to work. And if you haven't left yet, definitely bring your umbrella. 22 is the high for today, and we we will see a mixture of everything. It's starting off sunny, not so bad temperature-wise, but then some rain this afternoon. And we could see significant rain on the way, about 10 up to 20 millimeters in the forecast as well. Temperatures, though, still well above that seasonal, which is around 14.8 degrees. We'll be into the 20s, the low 20s into your afternoon. And throughout most of the region, 19 degrees is the daytime high out in the valley for today. And over the next 5 days, not so bad, but a real mixture of weather. It'll be warm today, not of course as hot as it was yesterday, but we saw record-breaking temperatures. Today a high of 22, mixture of everything, sunshine. We will see cloudy conditions later on this afternoon. Scattered showers and of course thunderstorms. Overnight falling to 6 degrees. Then into the middle of the work week, sunny but much cooler and a little bit below seasonal. 13 for Wednesday and through Thursday. Overnight lows quite cool as well, dropping down to 1 degree Wednesday, -1 on Thursday. So the first time this season I've had to say -1. Likely we'll see a frost advisory issued for Wednesday and through Thursday. Warming up and through the weekend forecast, temperatures back to above seasonal with lots of sunshine. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and no collisions, which is great news. Just some regular volume now on your drive in. It is quite heavy both east to west. We're seeing significant slowdowns. Richmond in through Woodruff this hour. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam this morning. You could see it was a little bit sunnier earlier, and we're starting to see that cloud coverage now. So a little bit more gray skies out there to start off your Tuesday morning, sitting at 18 degrees.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could win $20,000. For your chance to win, watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Well, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and if you're looking to fancy your guests with a little treat of wine or beer, don't worry, we have some selections for you. Rob Statham is here, founder of the Drunken Grape. Good morning to you.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for having me. Big shout out to Derek for having me back in this show. I know him from Daytime Ottawa, so yeah, what a pleasure.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about it. Thanksgiving around the corner. People want to have some wines. You have some great Ontario selections for us.
Yeah, so we'll start with the local beer options. You know, there's a lot of things that go into a Thanksgiving dinner, whether, you know, that's turkey or there's the vegetarian option. Some people like a roast. But to start off with a Kolsch, this is a lagered ale. If you think something more common to people, this would be like lug tread. So this is the clean cut. It's very sharp, very smooth, very bready, citrusy notes. It's got a lot of body, a lot of length of flavor. I found beautiful finish of white baked bread. So, you know, you have something like that with turkey instead of your white wine option as an alternative, because not everybody's going to dive into wine,
true.
right?
Not everybody likes wine. And then you have another option as well, the darkness.
Yes, we're going to go forward a bit. That's dessert. So you got the oatmeal stout. So you got creaminess, you have strong coffee notes, a bit of you know, toast right out of the toaster itself, a baked bread. And think of it going with pumpkin pie and vanilla ice cream.
So is this for my pumpkin pie and this is for my turkey?
Yes.
I love that option. Okay, now we got the beer covered. Let's talk about the wine selections for
Sure. So
dinner.
6th generation winery, fantastic family, the Speck family. Daniel Speck heads up a brilliant operation, and Henry of Pelham. Generations old, 300 acres of an expanse. If you're ever there, it's an amazing winery to go to. Turkey. This is a huge hit. So you got Baco Noir, which has got rich, dark, currant flavors, very jammy. So when you look at things with wine, you know, there's certain things to taste. When you're tasting wine, you've got see, swirl, smell, sip, savor, the 5 S's.
The 5 S's.
And then you have like cut, complement, contrast, and balance with a food dish. So this really complements the gravy. It'll complement the cranberry sauce. And the weight of the turkey itself. Now on the white wine option, Chardonnay is always a huge hit because there's a lot of butteriness to it. It's part of the fermentation process. You got apple, you got some stone fruit characteristics, and the acidity of that one will cut into the turkey itself. But it's also good with things like fish. If you don't, my girlfriend's a pescatarian, so that's something she'd reach for. You know, whether it's salmon, trout, cod, vegetarian dishes, great option. Anything with like a tomato-based sauce, you can easily shift to the red wine too.
Okay, so those are some great options for turkey. Can you even pair them with dessert with your pumpkin pie as well?
Nah, I wouldn't lean towards that. I would stick with the stout.
Stick with the stout for pumpkin pie. I love that so much. Where can people find you for more information?
They hit my website at thedrunkengrape.com, LinkedIn, social media, Facebook page. It's all The Drunken Grape. Instagram.
The Drunken Grape. Nice and easy. Thank you so much for joining us today and helping us with some great wine pairings and beer pairings for Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome. Will.
Love it. Thanks, Melissa. Well, your morning just got a whole lot richer. We are continuing our contest with that giveaway of $20,000. And it's time for today's code word. Imagine right now, what could you do with that extra $20,000? Anything that you please, a shopping spree, early Christmas gifts, a vacation. We got some crew down in Jamaica, the Bahamas. Direct flights as of yesterday are going to be announced. Woo! $20,000 can get you there. Today's code word is bright. Head over to the contest page on ctvottawa.ca, or you can scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Enter the code word BRIGHT along with your information for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. But make sure you tune in each and every weekday because we will have a brand new code word for you. Good luck to all. Taking a peek through our Skycam on George Street. Well, bright is something we're not going to see a lot of today because the darkness looms over and rainfall is on the way. But temperatures will warm up again as we get into the weekend. It's 8:18 on your Tuesday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, this Thanksgiving weekend, you can explore the art and beauty of the Brook Valley countryside, celebrating its 32nd year. Perth Autumn Studio Tour spans across 5 unique stops. Joining us today, we have Walter and Bridget to tell us a little bit more about the tour. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
So what have you guys brought with us? Because this is super cool, but the tour is also a component part. Where do we want to even begin?
Let's start with the tour.
Yeah.
So the tour has been running, like you said, for 32 years. This year we've got 5 stops and we have 30 artists on the tour. So you can come and visit the studios, visit the artists doing demos, check out their work.
And what kind of inspired that tour to begin with? Because it's so great that you're supporting so many local artists around. Was that kind of the idea behind it?
Yeah, there was a bunch of us. I'm one of the founding members, so there were a bunch of us who sold our art, and we didn't want to have to always go to studio tours or go into shows. So we wanted to bring people to show them how we do our work. And people always ask us about that, how we do things. So this gave us an opportunity to connect with people in a different way.
I love that. I'm sure the artists who really appreciate something like that too, that we can experience during this time of year. And you guys have brought some amazing things for us to take a look at. What do you got for us, Walter?
Well, are you ready for it?
I'm ready, of course you know.
This is some of my handmade jewelry. I actually started with the studio tour as a guest artist because we always welcome new artists also into the studio tour. And quite recently I was able to actually move into the area, so I became one of the stops of the tour. And this is silver, gold jewelry made from gemstones that I find all over the place. And yeah.
I love it. Where does your inspiration come from, Walter? Because I noticed that there is some similarity in some pieces, but there's also very unique differences between what you have here.
Correct, yeah. Every piece has its own little story. For me, it often starts with a centerpiece, like a piece of found pottery that's just found in a riverbed, or the nature that we're in the Perth area. It can really sort of trigger the design really quickly. And my pieces that have been inspired on the ceramic, they're always really starting with that first piece, and then I mirror it or build a shape around it. It really depends.
Yeah. It's so cool too. So we've got a family place up around the port from Perth, a Big Rito. So we're just outside of Fort Linden there. So I've been looking, all right, maybe we go a little 20 minutes this way, and then we got a little Big Rito piece kind of coming up for us, Walter. What do you think?
Well, absolutely, yeah. Or bring me a piece that you found in the Big Rito, and then I'll build something around it.
Now we're talking. See, Walter Will, I knew that we were a perfect match. And Bridget, what else do we have here? Because this is really cool. We're actually going to display something.
Yeah. So we've got textile art. I'm a free motion embroidery textile artist, and I work with organic or for sustainable materials wherever I can. Always working from nature. That's always my inspiration. The wool on this was from my neighbor's sheep farm and was able to work that into the piece as well. So I always try to connect to the land as much as possible. I do have a big piece that I can show you as well.
Oh, we're going to show that off for sure.
Okay.
It's like folding the duvet. Let me be useful. Yeah.
You can hold that, thank you. So yeah, this is a swans. We get tundra swans in the region all the time, and so taking photos of them is pretty common. And yeah, this is all done with thread and layers and layers of stitches.
I love this so much.
Thanks.
So when you see stuff like this, that's local around with the products and the materials that you use, how do you know when you're like, okay, that's something I want to grab to use for a specific piece? Because we're showing up a couple of items here, and it's so beautiful. So how do you decide that's the one I'm going to use to start building?
I don't know. It's kind of what you feel in the moment, and I end up working with sketches and drawings, and some of them will develop into further pieces and some of them don't. And it just sort of, it's what I feel like doing in the moment.
And there's so many different things that are going on here. Are these just some of the things that people can expect to the tour?
Yeah, these are the different artists that we have on the tour. We've got a range of different types of art. We've got ceramics, we've got paintings, we've got textiles, we've got leatherwork, we've got woodwork. There's a huge range of really very talented artists who are all sharing their work with us.
And when you will say design a piece that's local, that obviously means something a lot to someone around the Perth area or something that you're doing, what is the response when you get back like, oh my goodness, like this was made with love from my hometown, or a piece that is really means something to them? What's that like to get that response back?
Oh, it's wonderful. Like it becomes like legacy pieces for these people, right? Like they really cherish it, and there's a story along the way in building things as well. Like when I'm doing commissions, I'm working from ideas and images that are meaningful to that person, and I'm helping bring that idea to life. And so they're part of the story. It's not just me using my creativity, it's also them feeding that information and feeding the story.
So amazing. Well, Bridget and Walter, really appreciate your time today. For those still wondering, give me a last date and time of the tour.
Tour, go ahead.
Walter, over to you.
Oh, man. Saturday and Sunday, coming Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5. Yeah, 5 stops. It's a great little road trip. Yeah.
Beautiful. Appreciate your time this morning, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Rosie,
you.
over to you. Just like that.
Here we are in your morning kitchen, and I've got Brittany Sabarin with me. She is a trained sommelier and co-founder of Somewise and organizer of Sunday Sober Showdown.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here.
This is wonderful. Tell me about Sunday Sober Showdown. What's happening?
Yeah, so it is a non-alcoholic cocktail competition that's happening here in the city. It's happening at Bayview Yards on October 19th from 7 to 11 p.m. It's going to be a really awesome competition highlighting the talent in our city, but also showcasing a variety of really high-quality non-alcoholic products.
High quality. There you go. So it's not just like a little bit of juice and some sugar here. We're talking about mixology, right?
Exactly.
Can you give us a sample? Tell us what you're going to make for us today.
Yeah, so I'm going to be making 2 non-alcoholic cocktails for you today. The first one is kind of a twist on a French 75. I'm calling it the French 00. We're using HP Juniper Floral Gin. They make a whole line of non-alcoholic gins with infusion. So these are not de-alkalized products. They're infusions.
So what does that mean, not de-alkalize their infusions?
They're not taking the alcohol out of these products. They're just making products that taste like gin.
Yeah.
So I'm adding some of the gin, a little bit of lemon juice, just a little bit of simple syrup. I wanted to make something that was pretty easy for viewers to recreate at home.
Okay.
And we're just gonna shake this up a bit.
Oh, there you go.
It's nice. It's a cocktail you can drink in the morning because there's no alcohol.
Exactly.
In it. Yeah.
And then you get to do the shake.
Exactly. That's my favorite part.
The shake. Which is just so much fun. That adds that little bit of chill, and then the ice gives it.
Exactly. So we're gonna
things off. And then I see the coloring too. That is so nice.
And then the best part is we are going to take this. This is a non-alcoholic sparkling wine from Austria from a brand called Geronimo. And we're just going to top that with the sparkling.
Oh, with a little sparkle. Can I try?
Please, I would love for you to try this.
Brittany, this, first of all, like what's happening right now looks beautiful. And then see the aromatics right there.
Yeah.
You got that. And now let's try out. For the taste, win! This is so good. Brittany, I gotta tell you, this is wonderful. If folks want more information on the Sunday Sober Showdown, how can they get that info?
Yeah, so you can find more information on our website, www.samwiseinc.com/SSS. And all the proceeds from this event, or part of the proceeds from this event, are going to help support CMHA Ottawa Recovery College.
That is fantastic. Brittany, thank you for coming on. Have a blast. It's going to be a wonderful event. This drink right here, this mocktail, simply fabulous. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you know of a great chef or a restaurant you think we should feature, let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Will Aiello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and we have some massive active weather moving our way very quickly, so we are expecting some thunderstorms within a few hours. So I'll update you on that in a forecast in a few minutes.
All right, we'll get that just ahead. We're going to start with our news headlines before we get to the storm approaching the capital. Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber are expected to learn their sentences today after being found guilty of mischief earlier this year. The pair were key figures behind the convoy that drew thousands of people in hundreds of trucks to downtown Ottawa in early 2022, which protested vaccine mandates and other pandemic measures. The Crown is seeking 7 years for Leach and 8 for Barber. Barber was also convicted of counseling others to disobey a court order, which ordered protesters to stop honking truck horns. Defense attorneys for both Leach and Barber are seeking absolute discharges with no criminal records. Ottawa police say 9 people are facing charges after drug busts at several magic mushroom dispensaries across the city. Police executed search warrants at 9 locations, including Rideau Street, Northside Road, Churchill Avenue, Somerset Street West, St. Laurent Boulevard, Montreal Road, and Dalhousie Street. Officers seized more than 14 kilograms of magic mushrooms, $10,000 and other psilocybin-based products. Though the storefronts have been popping up, the product is still very much illegal.
Ontario's Minister of Sport says the city could apply for provincial funding to help build Lansdowne 2.0.
I've had conversations with the mayor, and it's a fantastic idea. We're going to hopefully launch a new community sport and recreation infrastructure fund again. I don't know what the timing is going to be, and I'm not sure about the amount, but that will be an opportunity for them to apply at that point.
Ontario's Minister of Sport made those comments after an event in Ottawa yesterday. The Lansdowne 2.0 project includes a new event center, new northside stands, and 2 residential towers. The cost is estimated at more than $400 million. A final report will be presented to Council later this fall. Prime Minister Mark Carney will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump today at the White House.
The conversation will center on trade issues and what we want to do to protect Canadian industries and Canadian workers.
Prime Minister Carney is expected to push U.S. President Trump for some tariff relief before CUSMA comes under review next year. We did find out last night that Energy Minister Tim Hodgson will be part of the delegation, suggesting natural resources will be part of the talks. This is Prime Minister Carney's second visit to the Oval Office in less than 6 months.
Today marks 2 years since the Israel-Hamas war began, bringing devastation across the region. This comes as Israel and Hamas press on with indirect peace talks in Egypt. The war started after Hamas launched a surprise terrorist attack in Israel on October 7th, 2023, which killed nearly 1,200 people and took about 200 hostages. According to Israeli allies, Israelis retaliatory offensive on Gaza has killed more than 67,000 Palestinians and seriously injured nearly 170,000, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. And in Egypt today, Israel and Hamas are expected to resume indirect talks aiming to reach a possible Gaza ceasefire. Sources close to the negotiations say there was progress made yesterday. The first phase of the U.S. proposed plan would establish a ceasefire and see hostages released in exchange for Palestinian detainees.
Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer says he is optimistic about the process for building a new rink at LeBreton Flats. Andlauer was in Gatineau yesterday to announce a new partnership between the Sens and a local milk production plant. As for LeBreton, Andlauer says there have been development committee meetings, presentations from architects, as well as discussions with the Algonquin people. But he says there is still a long way to go.
It was frustrating at the beginning, but I feel really there's good momentum now, and I think the NCC realizes that there's a real great opportunity, and the timing is excellent right now to create something special for our capital city. And
the Senators and the NCC announced an agreement in August for the purchase of 11 acres of land at LeBreton Flats. This allowed the two sides to start zoning, design, and approval work on the site.
A Carp resident is $5 million richer after winning the lottery.
Bernard Brian Woodsworth has been playing the lottery for 50 years, but has never won a prize like this. The 69-year-old won the Instant Extreme top prize. He says he hasn't told anyone about his win yet, but they might know now.
Yeah, now he's all out. He says he's going to use the winnings to help his mom move to a retirement home, pay some bills, and take a trip to Scotland and England. He bought the winning ticket at the Esso on Terry Fox Drive in Canada. The Esso at Terry Fox Drive in Canada.
Wow, incredible.
Good for him.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And money well spent.
Yes, indeed. Well, we want to get you updated on the forecast because things have shifted a little bit. The active weather is fast approaching, and you can see it really moving quickly on our satellite radar screen. So this is what we're currently seeing right now in our skies. You can see already starting to rain out in the valley this morning, and it is fast approaching Ottawa, bringing with it thunderstorms. So we are expecting severe thunderstorms. We could see it between 9 and about 11 a.m. So it has moved in very, very quickly. And then some scattered showers throughout the day ahead as well. 10 up to 20 millimeters of rain. So we're likely to see thunderstorms earlier than anticipated. Earlier, we were expecting it more later on this afternoon. Now it looks like it will be within the next few hours. Skies will still clear up overnight, making way for sunshine as we head into the next couple of days. A high of 22 today. Average for this time of the year is 14.2. So not quite. We will be a little bit above average, but not quite as hot as it has been over the last few days. Already sitting at 18, and we're still seeing that sunshine, but we are waiting for that rain and, of course, risk of thunderstorms this morning. 22 later on this afternoon, 23 for Kemptville, Brockville, 24 along the Seaway, 19 out in the valley for your daytime highs for today. Skies will clear up as we head into tomorrow. 13 degrees for Wednesday, Thursday. Those overnight lows very cool, though. 1 degree for tomorrow, -1 on Thursday, so likely a frost warning in effect for Wednesday, Thursday. Friday and through the weekend, looking absolutely beautiful. Temperatures above seasonal.
Weather brought to you by Yegendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
Very heavy volume on the 417 eastbound from Richmond to Parkdale. It's adding a 13-minute delay. Westbound, we're seeing slowdowns from Innis to Nicholas, adding a 7-minute delay on your morning commute.
Well, volunteers are usually the unsung heroes in our community, but on October 23rd, we're going to shine a light on the well-deserved honors. We have Jessie Lee Wallace, the Executive Director of Volunteer Ottawa, joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Will. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, as soon as I heard about this event, I went, this is so necessary because so many volunteers are the lifeblood of so many organizations
Absolutely.
And communities, and it's so wonderful to shine a light on that. So tell us a little bit more about the Voskers.
Absolutely. So the Voskers, it's actually its 14th year. A lot of people don't even know about this event yet, but it's been running for many, many years, recognizing the best of the nonprofit and charitable sector and incredible, hardworking, unsung volunteers. So what I'm really excited about, it's a few things, of course.
As you should be.
As I should be, right? But this year, the Lifetime Achievement Award winner is none other than Sam Laprade. Sam Laprade is like a community gem, as you well know, and she has done so much for this community in so many ways. So she'll be there speaking about her experience of volunteerism, and I'm excited to share that. I also am just going to do a little rundown because we're announcing the winners in advance this year, including this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous statuette, which each and every one of the winners will receive. And this particular one is for our youth volunteer. And so let's go through that. So Samita Chowdhury, who has donated 900 hours in the past year volunteering for CHEO, YSB, the University of Ottawa, and Relay for Life. 900 hours.
My goodness.
So amazing. So her statuette she'll be receiving on October 23rd. In addition to Denise Amiot for older adults, we also have the incredible Dan Charbonnel for skilled volunteering. We're getting not one, but two people for the Mayor's Spirit Award, where Mayor Sutcliffe will actually be presenting himself on the night.
Wonderful.
And that's going to James Douglas Anthony and Cynthia Lynn Anthony, a married couple.
Yay!
Exactly,
Power
right?
team.
I know. And then corporate volunteerism goes to Sienna. Pathways to Possibilities is going to be going to Helping with Furniture, an incredible local organization that often serves newcomers. And then last but not least is Christie Lake Kids. So what an incredible roundup. And honorable mentions also are posted on our site, have been shared online, and they're incredible people, and we're so excited to share this with the community.
And you know, so many volunteers over the years, and as you know very well, you know, they don't do it for recognition, they do it because it comes from a place of gratitude and giving back to the community. But even in saying that, when you see them get recognition for the amazing work, 900 hours for Youth Award, all these amazing accomplishments, can you describe to me that feeling once they win the award and they do see that what they're doing is making an impactful purpose in our community?
Oh my goodness, so service. And so many of these organizations and volunteers feel like service is the rent you pay to be here on this planet. You really feel that. I want to mention Bharat Rudra, who was our winner last year. He's come back to help us this year because he's so dedicated to the community. And so for them, it's a recognition, but also just being a part of their community in this moment of connection, gratitude, and also moving forward because we want to shine a light and make sure that we continue to volunteer in this way.
And there's a lot of people of all ages, you know, primarily probably youth that are looking to donate some of their time to wonderful causes. What might be a good stepping stone for them or some guidance from your point of view to get them starting to get involved in this?
I highly recommend youth 14 plus to go on our website, volunteerottawa.ca, go to the filter, open up a free account. There's so many opportunities for you. Don't wait until May or June to get your 40 hours. Start today because there are dozens and dozens of organizations that need your help. And it could be anything from accessible hockey to even City Folk recently had the Green Team. It's a number of causes that will help you get your 40 hours.
And obviously volunteering yourself over the years, can you pinpoint something, maybe a memorable time that you had volunteering that kind of sparked this extra love for it? Is there something that sticks in back in your past?
Honestly, there's so many causes that I've been associated with and have helped support. I'll tell you what I'm actually doing now. Even though I'm the Executive Director of Volunteer Ottawa, I am still a volunteer reporter for the Glebe Report, our local community newspaper. And so I also get to profile incredible people in our community. And that makes me feel so good to again show all the positive progress that we're making in our neighborhoods across the city.
It's so amazing. Really appreciate you taking the time to discuss this with us because those volunteers can't get enough recognition, even though they don't want it. But again, we have the details there on the Voscars coming. But again, Jessie Lee Wallace, the Executive Director of Volunteer Ottawa, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, Will.
Stay with us. We will be right back. But if you're looking for some volunteer offers, again, head to that website that we had popped up there. Taking a peek through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Could we volunteer for a little bit of sunshine today? Nope, not happening. Some rain and thunderstorms on the way in the capital. That arrives this afternoon. Stay with us, though. We will be right back.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Well, it's time to once again double the love, and we have Nikita here from the Adult Fun Superstore, as well as Glenda from the Royal Ottawa. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Okay, Nikita, tell us about your partnership you've chosen for this month.
Well, this month we've chosen the Royal. We've worked with them since 2019. It's all about mental health and collaboration to get us into peer support and helping others through the community. Acknowledge the Royal and what they do and what they contribute to the community in terms of mental health.
And Glenda, tell us where funds from this initiative will go at the Royal.
Well,
women's mental health is where we do a lot of peer support work. It was funded, 15 years ago by Shirley Greenberg. And it was set up so that all of the recovery groups are run by peer facilitators, which is the definition of a peer. You've walked in their shoes, so you'll help them with these recovery groups. So we have other peer support groups in the hospital as well, peer supporters in different specialty areas. We're hoping to have peer support all over the hospital eventually.
And tell us what this partnership between the Adult Fun Superstore and the Royal means.
Oh, well, I mean, it's lovely to be chosen to receive funds. I mean, I'm the chair of the Client Advisory Council, and we've been pushing to have more peer support groups. We see the value. We've also been instrumental in the formation of a hub. So we have people, if you're a client or a family member, because family needs peer support as well, they can go to the hub and find out what our peer support programs are, what they can tap into. And we have some wonderful wellness groups. I facilitate a couple of groups, and Monday mornings with my group of women, I feel like we create magic and support one another. It really is, the peer support facilitators, they get a lot out of it too.
I bet.
So it's a real kumbaya moment every week with these groups, wellness groups and so on.
And it must mean a lot, Nikita, hearing that from Glenda about how important this collaboration is for both of you.
Yeah, it's actually near and dear to my heart. It's been a tough year for myself. I'm grieving the loss of my father, and just in general, like it's tough out there right now, especially financially for people, foods, all that kind of stuff, job losses and that. So don't be ashamed or anything to ask for help or to join a peer group that will actually support you and listen to you, and that. So they're there for you. And it's not no shame in actually sitting and talking about it, because it just, at least it gets it out there and takes it away from what you're holding on to.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate the collaboration.
And tell us really quickly how it works and how people can donate.
Well, you're not obligated to make a purchase. You can just drop down to the Adult Fun Superstore, donate $1, $2, $5 to $10, $20 even, and we match it dollar for dollar, and all proceeds go to the Royal. And we love this collaboration because I think it's just, it's a perfect time for the Royal to be recognized for the things that they do and the resources they provide for the community.
Especially as we move towards the holidays, this is a time that can bring out different things in people, right? So it's a very important time.
Yeah, for family gatherings around the holidays can be very triggering for people. And anniversaries with a loved one that's gone. So we really recognize that, and we try and meet with people around the holidays for them to get a little action plan for themselves, how to deal with it. And COVID has taught us to meet people where they're at. So the women's programs are virtual. So if you're the person that can't get a babysitter, or, your depression makes it hard to leave the home, you can still be part of a group. And you don't have to share. You can just sit back and be part of a group of people that go through the same things you do. So it's quite lovely. It is. It is. It's like joy happening every week for me.
As you said earlier. I love that. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate you taking your time.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And here's a live look for a Skycam on George Street this morning. Cloudy start to your day, and we're waiting for some rain. Thunderstorms on the way as well. So here's a look at your forecast for today. We're waiting for some thunderstorms. It should start to rain within the next half an hour, and you can see it's looking nasty on our satellite radar screen, that yellow, orange, red thunderstorm activity. So we'll likely see that within the next hour or so. Some heavy rain on the way, up to 20 millimeters.
So if you haven't left yet, grab the umbrella,
yes,
grab
please.
your rain boots, because we are seeing showers, which, what was it, September 25th was the last time we saw some rain?
The last day we saw rain.
Wow. That's all from us here on CTV, Your Morning Ottawa. Take good care. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.